Good morning and welcome to the very first broadcast of the University of North Texas Homecoming Parade, brought to you by ntTV. I'm Catherine Martinez.
And I'm Blaine Scales. Catherine, this is one of the most anticipated events of Homecoming Week, along with the football game versus UT El Paso later this afternoon.
You know, I am so excited to watch that game, especially after last week's game.
Yeah, last week we had a great game against the Rice Owls, and we beat them, and so that was a really great game. We'll have much more on the game coming up in a few minutes, and for everyone at home, here is some info about Homecoming Week. The theme this year is Mean Green on the big screen, and that's a nod to Hollywood and film.
I am so excited to see that theme throughout the parade.
It's going to be so much
Hollywood,
fun.
Right?
Absolutely. It's going to be great. You know, it feels really good out here today.
It does. It's not too bad. I think as the sun's starting to peek out right now, it's starting to get a little warmer.
It's warming up a little bit. It was chilly this morning, but, you know, we're all good now. You know, Catherine, I have a really interesting fact for you. The coldest UNT homecoming was a lot colder than this one. It was in 1976, and they say that 6 inches of snow fell at Fouts Field.
That's
Isn't
insane.
That crazy?
That is insane, especially because I've never seen snow.
You've never seen snow?
I am so jealous that that happened at that time.
That's crazy. You know, I don't think we're going to have a white homecoming this year. But, you know, that homecoming, some 4 brave, you know, trombone players, trumpet players, horn players went out and did a halftime show, played Jingle Bells.
Oh, I love it.
It looked like it would be a lot of fun. But I don't think we have to worry about snow today.
I don't. Well, our ntTV weather anchor, Michael Casillas, has more on our weather update.
Michael.
Well, Blaine and Catherine, it looks to be a beautiful morning here on the square as we prepare for the homecoming parade. Currently, we're sitting at 57 degrees with sunny skies. It does feel to be about 54 due to some slight wind blowing south at 11 miles an hour. As we take a look at our game day forecast, it looks to be about 69 with sunny skies. We may have a few clouds in the sky, along with some slight wind blowing south at 12 miles an hour. As we head into this evening, it looks to drop down to about 51 degrees with partly cloudy skies, and the wind should remain southeast at 8 miles an hour. So, Blaine and Catherine, it does look like we'll have some beautiful weather here this morning for the parade here on the square, as well as some beautiful weather this afternoon at Apogee Stadium. Blaine and Catherine, back to you.
Thanks, Michael. You know, this is my second homecoming parade here at UNT, and I'm kind of curious on, you know, the history and how it got started.
Yeah, homecoming has been going on for a long time, and a lot of traditions have combined to form this great event. So let's take a look at some of the history of homecoming at UNT. Before our name was UNT, back when we were a college instead of a university, before Apogee and Scrappy, alumni came home to celebrate their alma mater during homecoming. UNT's homecoming history dates back to 1946. With the end of World War II, student festivities and football games resumed, and the very first post-war homecoming game was played against the East Texas Lions. During those homecoming activities, the very first homecoming queen was crowned. This year marked the beginning of a rich tradition for our school, known then as North Texas State College. Almost 70 years later, homecoming is still a tradition at UNT. However, it looks a little different than it did back then. From the parade to the bonfire, and from homecoming queens to the mean green football team, we've definitely come a long way. And there's no doubt that this year, alumni and students will stand side by side and sing glory to the green and white.
Singing glory to the green, singing glory to the white, for I know our university is forever in the right. Down the corridor of years, we'll forget our joys and tears, for North Texas, we love.
So that was a lot of fun. You know, the bonfire always draws a huge crowd of people. It's one of, you know, a great event of homecoming week, and it's been a part of homecoming for over 50 years.
That's very true. And, you know, the most amazing part is that it was made entirely by the Talons. Now, the Talons is a UNT organization that embodies the UNT spirit and tradition in itself. Here are some of the sights and sounds from last night's bonfire.
See my papers?
The first bonfire that we ever had was in 1935. That was the first actual school endorsed bonfire. And we ended up winning that homecoming 30-6. I'm I'm gonna guess that afterwards they decided to go ahead and keep the bonfire, you know, good luck charm, I guess. And then in 1960, the bonfire was entrusted to the UNT Talons from the university, and ever since then we've been building it for every homecoming.
It's basically the culmination of the Spirit March. We all run around the campus, get excited, get more excited, it builds, it builds, it builds. Then Boomer's gonna go off, fireworks are gonna go off, and then that's gonna go up into flames.
You know, there's so many people out here on the square today. It's really great to see all of the school spirit.
Absolutely. You know, I am so surprised because look at this. We've got crowds behind us, crowds in front of us. I love the school involvement as well as the community involvement.
All around people are out here supporting the Mean Green. We actually have reporter Katie Berlin out with some people right now, and she's doing a great job talking to some people who have a lot of school spirit. Katie, what's going on?
Hi, Blaine and Catherine. I'm here with Pro Tem Mayor Pete Kamp, and she's grown up in Denton and been here all her life, and I just wanted to talk to her a little bit today. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. So tell us, what does being a UNT alum mean to you, having the UNT Homecoming Parade and being here every year?
It's terrific, obviously. I mean, it's near and dear to my heart, as it is really our whole city. We're partners with UNT and have been all these years since they originated in Denton. So for me to be a part of that, I mean, I started nursery school at North Texas and graduated from college. So it's like coming home. Even though I live here, it is a homecoming because I get to see so many friends who come back for homecoming, and it's just a joy. It truly is.
That must be so wonderful to be, you know, part of your hometown and growing up here, and it's just, so tell us some of your favorite memories from the UNT homecoming and just Denton.
Oh my goodness, I remember so much. For one thing, about Scrappy. And I was also a cheerleader when I was at North Texas, and so I was very involved, and we traveled with the team also. And Scrappy really kind of came into his own. Hayden Fry was the coach, and he was very supportive of the band and the cheerleaders and the mascots and the talons. And so we really got to do more than we ever had before. So it was thrilling. It really was.
That's so wonderful. You know, Scrappy got a makeover. Scrappy got a brand new costume.
Oh my goodness,
So
I didn't know that.
look.
I didn't know that. I can't wait to see
He's
it.
so excited. He is going to be dancing on the field for us.
That's
and so,
terrific.
do you have a message for the UNT football team who is playing today, UT El Paso?
Oh, I certainly do. And that is go Mean Green. We are so going to win this game.
I think so too. So thank you, Pete, for so much for being here today.
Of course,
I guess that's all there's left to say. Go Mean Green. And Blaine and Catherine, back to you.
What are you most looking forward to, real quick?
In the parade,
Oh, yeah.
The band.
The
I know
band.
we were just talking about it, but the band. I love
really
the Mean Green Brigade.
excited about seeing the cheerleaders. I was a cheerleader in high school and
Oh, yeah.
all my life, so I love to support, you know, those cheerleaders. They work really hard,
Absolutely.
and I think that the UNT cheerleaders do a great job of spreading spirit around campus.
Absolutely.
all the time.
You know, they're at every game. It's a great thing.
Absolutely. Well, guys, it is coming up
It's
right
coming
now.
right here. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can. The parade is here. Here is Captain Coffey.
And here is Captain Jim Coffey leading the parade as he always does. He's been doing this for about 5 years now, and that's just
Yeah,
so
you know,
awesome.
next year he'll celebrate his 29th year with UNT, serving the UNT community. You know, he's a great guy.
He is. He has been. He's an alumnus of UNT. Did you
Wow,
know that?
really?
Absolutely. And if there's any UNT event that is happening, you can definitely count on seeing him.
Yes, and he is one of 60 officers that serve the UNT community at homecoming events, so we definitely thank them for their service. The Air Force ROTC passed by.
Absolutely. Well, Detachment 835 of North Texas has been in existence since 1949.
They are dedicated to producing quality leaders for the Air Force. Today, Detachment 835 has a strong university, communal, and academic presence through organizations such as Rifle Saber teams, honor groups. You know,
well,
they're
Blaine,
really great.
You are in luck because the UNT Mean Green Brigade is right
They
here.
are finally here. One of the highlights of the parade, Catherine, the Mean Green Brigade, it's one of the largest university bands with over 300 members.
And you know what? They actually practice so much. And it's no surprise that they are considered the best damn band in the land.
Absolutely. You know, they have such great talent and they're doing such great things. You know, I think they're going to play something for us. So why don't we take a listen as they walk by?
We should.
Look at those uniforms,
Oh
Catherine.
my gosh, so snazzy. You know what? I love the fierce black.
Yes, here they are. They're giving us a yell. I love the band, Catherine. I'm so happy right now that they're here. And
Look at them. Now, if that doesn't define Mean Green Spirit, I don't know what does.
I know they have their eagle claws going. The sousaphone, the Susie Green right here.
All right, Blaine. Well, let's go ahead and take a listen. I think they've got a special treat for us.
Wow, Catherine, that was a lot of fun. Hearing them play.
They made me just want to get up and just go out there and join them.
I wanted to do the hand motions. Yeah, I wish I could have been a part of that. They just did so great.
They did. Did you see those fierce green glasses that a lot of them were
a
wearing?
lot of them were wearing green glasses. They have the plumes on their hats. This is just a really great group of very talented performers, very talented musicians. They're still walking by us. That's how many people there are in this band.
300 members, one of the biggest bands of a university. So
Absolutely, and we talked about how much they practice. We talked about all of the awards they received, and they're definitely, just have so much school spirit. Every halftime at every home game, they're there, doing a great performance, and everybody just loves to watch the band.
Dancing, having a good time, getting the crowd excited.
And
that's just the best part.
Yes, speaking of dancing, Catherine, here are the UNT dancers coming up next, right behind the band, right behind the color guard for the band. They are here, like you were saying, a lot of school spirit, just really a great group of ladies.
The UNT cheerleaders are coming up on their own float. I am so excited to see them cheer, and they do such a great job. They are always at football games. They go to women's basketball games as well as men's.
The Wells Fargo Stagecoach.
Oh my gosh, look at that. I love horses. This is so exciting. And inside, they are inside the carriage is the homecoming crew.
The homecoming crew. How do you be a part of that?
I guess you have to have some crazy spirit, and
that sounds like a lot of fun.
They are, I'm sure. I mean, they plan all the events that homecoming deals with, and I mean, that's got to take some serious planning.
Absolutely. We mentioned some of the events earlier. There was, Spirit Day, the Bonfire, of course. One of my favorite things. The Spirit March up to the Bonfire. This is just really great. Look at these horses.
Oh, they're so adorable.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Oh my gosh, there's a dog.
There's a dog right there riding on the stagecoach, and like we said, inside the homecoming crew.
Tons of hours that were poured into this, and we appreciate every single moment.
Absolutely, and it looks like
Blaine,
one of my favorite things, a huge bus is coming over here, and I think it's the UNT Eagle bus.
At any fun event, you can bet that bus will be there because look at that. That is a party bus just waiting to happen.
I know. I want to be on that right now.
Well, Blaine, guess who's coming up next?
Who's that?
I am going to say that it is our homecoming court this year.
Yes, the homecoming court. That's who it is, Catherine. And, you know, we've been seeing them around campus all week sporting their 2013 homecoming court sashes. The two students that are chosen to be homecoming king and queen, they are a representation of the University of North Texas and serve as role models for the entire campus.
Candidates are all registered members of organizations at UNT, and these candidates have been campaigning since October 28th.
Right now, we have the Frenchy's community service volunteers carrying a really large American flag.
I love it. You know, American spirit is just as important, and I mean, I can't explain to you how grateful I am to live in this country, you know, and I think that I appreciate everything that they do, like the people who support us and fight for us.
Absolutely. You know, that is just really cool. We saw the UNT Alumni Association pass by just earlier. You know, they've been supporting the mission and vision of the University of North Texas by enhancing its institutional reputation and community engagement. Well, we recognize these orange trucks. If you live in Denton, you definitely recognize these orange trucks. Frenchy's or lawn and tree care. These, you know, are all around Denton, such a great part of our community. You know, Catherine, we were talking about how this year is the centennial celebration for the UNT football team, and, you know, that's just a great thing in itself.
Yeah, you know, think about that. 100 years of all the amazing football players that have worn those jerseys.
A lot of great people, and, you know, Justin Brummett knows a lot more about that.
When you walk the halls of the Mean Green Athletic Complex, you know how much history the football program has, including its most well-known alum, Mean Joe Green.
I'm saying Dan is a guy that's been around long enough to really beat into these kids, hey, do you realize how many good players have been here? And then it's kind of on the kids. You know, we tend to take for granted that Mean Joe can walk through the hallways, and we all know who he is. Every administrator does. People my age haven't forgotten the Coke commercial, you know, let alone the great career. But these kids are of an age where you have to remind them and you have to tell them the story for them to fully appreciate it, because he's been gone from the game long enough that he wasn't, you know, somebody that they grew up knowing.
Today, the Mean Green will hope to build on that great season and the legacy that they will leave for future teams.
We have a lot of Greek team floats out here today, all, you know, giving nods to the homecoming theme of Mean Green on the big screen.
And
here
we
is
have,
the Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious, one of my favorite movies. I mean, what girl doesn't love Fast and Furious?
Yes, this is Greek Team 1, and they're composed of Phi Kappa Sigma, Alpha Delta Pi, Kappa Delta Chi, and Sigma Gamma Rho.
There are over 15,000 individuals. Sound effects in Fast and Furious, just a fun fact.
Next, we have some people. Oh, they won the President's Trophy.
Uh-oh,
This Greek team won the President's Trophy, and they're here in the parade. They have their trophy. They're holding it up loud and proud.
Oh, this is going to be our singing in the rain
float. Oh, this is the
float.
singing in the rain float. We apologized earlier. This is Greek Team 3.
Look at those cute umbrellas, and they've got their ponchos on. You know, they're screaming Mean Green, and they are starring Scrappy.
Yes, starring Scrappy. They chose this movie to accurately play on the celebration of UNT's 100th year of football. Look at those umbrellas. This is a great float. And obviously, you know, they definitely deserve that President's Trophy there. They have some rain, too, Catherine.
They have rain. Get out of
It's
town.
really rainy. It's a little cold for that rain over here.
What a glorious
it's cold and windy.
spin on this movie from 1952, because did you know that the Mean Green are playing UT El Paso today? And fun fact, Debbie Reynolds is actually the female lead in that movie.
Really?
And was born in El Paso.
That is very cool. You know, I wonder if they knew that.
The one thing I love about our fraternities here is that they just empower friendship, you know? And I mean,
absolutely.
I love that. Mostly every student organization does, but for sure, sororities and fraternities.
Yeah, you know, they have, it looks like maybe a Despicable Me themed float coming up.
Can I say some minions?
Some powerful minions at that against UTEP.
I don't know how they did this, but they made it look like the minion was waving.
I think they're about to kick a field goal at this float, you know, and it says UNT 24, UTEP 0 on that scoreboard. So hopefully today we'll see a score, you know, similar to that.
Such a unique float. I love it.
We have Greek team number 2 coming up. They're composed of Alpha Phi, Pi Kappa Alpha, and Alpha Epsilon Pi.
Also joining them are Sigma Lambda Gamma and the Delta Kappa Delta and Zeta Phi Beta.
Since 1952, the University of North Texas Greek community has been a viable and integral part of campus life with 4 councils consisting of 41 fraternities and sororities. The Greek community offers a unique and lifelong involvement experience, and we've been talking about Greek life all day. You know, Catherine, I think you have a fun fact for me here.
I do. 10 of the last 12 homecoming queens and kings have been Greek, and they have also won at Yell Like Hell.
Wow, you know, we'll see if that trend continues today. It looks like Greek team number 2 won the Eagle Spirit Award for their float, and I'm seeing a pirate ship, maybe like Pirates of the Caribbean
Love
theme.
it.
We'll see when they get a little bit closer to us. But Greek team 2 definitely has a good showing here today in the UNT Homecoming Parade.
All right, well, we've got Eagle Ambassadors coming right up, and they are known for giving some great tours at our UNT campus.
You know, Catherine, I've heard if you ever have a question about our university or if you ever needed to know anything, that the Eagle Ambassadors are the people to ask.
They definitely are. I always see them riding around campus, just showing people who are interested in coming to school, you know, especially at UNT, you know, everything that they need to know. And I mean, one of our producers here tonight, Kelly Pasticcia, she's just fabulous.
Yeah, absolutely. She's an Eagle Ambassador. These people right here are, like you were saying, are really a great group of people who just do great things for our university and just have a really great image. And now we have Greek team number 4, the Austin Powers float. Look at those Greek letters right there. And once again, on the side, these floats look amazing today, Catherine.
They absolutely do.
You know, I heard that Mike Myers, you know, he based some characters in Austin Power off of some members of his family.
I think Mike and I might be sharing the same family.
Might have some family. You know, Catherine, this was a great parade, and I had so much fun. You know, everybody here just showed a lot of things, but we are not done here at the Square in Denton.
We are not. Stay tuned. We've got so much more coming up. You're watching ntTV.
Welcome back to ntTV's inaugural coverage of the UNT Homecoming Parade. Catherine, this has been so much fun.
That was so much fun. I loved all those floats. Those Greek life, like, just put so much effort
Absolutely,
into that.
and everybody just had a great thing. We were showing great support for the Mean Green. But like I said, we're not done here at the Square.
Oh, absolutely
you know, homecoming has a lot of traditions, but not all of it happens, you know, here at the Square in the parade. As it gets closer and closer to the game tonight, we were talking on the street this morning, and everybody was beyond excited.
Oh, absolutely. I definitely feel like the energy is going to feed on into tonight's game.
It's very windy here.
And a lot of people were gearing up for the game by celebrating at Spirit Day.
I really enjoy what UNT did for today, even with the weather being kind of chilly, like endurance, so I appreciate UNT for doing that.
We went to Michael Casillas earlier in our broadcast, and he actually sat down with somebody who's been at UNT for a very long time, seen a lot of homecomings here, and I think that this is just a really excellent story.
Absolutely. 45 years of Mean Green spirit. Let's take a look.
Now, throughout the year, you've probably had some very interesting experiences here in North Texas. What are some of your favorite experiences?
Oh, I've had several. We have participated in lots of things here at the university. And one year, for example, back in the 70s, for several years, but one year in particular, the physics department kids got together, and the faculty and the machine shop, and we built a robot, a monstrous robot, a Mean Green machine we called it. And this machine served as a member of the parade, and we paraded it down the street. We had a power unit to drive it. It was such a monster that we needed a ground power unit from a radar device from a military installation to generate the electricity. Needed to move the arms and move the. We had a lance that we would run out toward the crowd and with a cable system, and then extract it and draw it back in.
There is so much student involvement in homecoming, and because it's all about the alumni and how they come together.
Absolutely. There are some students, past and present, who share a special bond. A legacy family is one that includes multiple generations of UNT alumni and students.
My freshman year was also the last year that we used Fouts Field as the football field because Apogee was being built. And so it was really awesome to be able to be a part of the last year of Fouts being used in football, and then transitioning and being the first to use apogee. A little bummed we won't get to use the new union, and it's going to be in construction for a long time. But you know, I'm excited for the university. I'm excited to see what it's going to look like completed and be able to say, yeah, I went there. That's my university. UNT was just kind of the place that fit. Everywhere else didn't really make sense for me to go there.
The time that we've spent with Lainey living close by and attending the University of North Texas has been a particularly wonderful experience, mostly because she's close enough to see more often than we ever have had before.
You know, one of the most competitive homecoming events is the annual Yell Like Hell competition.
UNT's Greek Life and Residence Hall took the stage to perform their dance numbers. The event was combined with art of dance and the storytelling to create unique performances to fit the homecoming theme of Mean Green on the big screen. Finalists performed Friday night just prior to the homecoming bonfire that took place at Apogee Stadium.
I bet, you know, that was a lot of fun. So many fun events were happening this week around campus.
Absolutely. Well, you know, if you see some chalk on the sidewalk, you know something's up.
Students drew scrappy and popular movie characters side by side.
You know, I think I actually saw a Shrek
drawn in chalk.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, it's
you know,
so cool.
Every year you just walk by the library mall, you see these great, I mean, it looks like artists went and did these chalk, and it was all UNT students.
We have some very talented folks at our school.
Chalk,
I'm so proud.
The campus was chalked green, all other colors. You know, we saw so much green here today at the parade.
The fun is just beginning. Tailgating is happening right now, as well as the Golden Eagles Luncheon, who are alumni from 1963 who have came to connect with old friends.
50 years of history there.
So sweet. I bet you they're just the cutest little things in the world.
Well, Catherine, you know, we saw some really great floats in the parade today, and I was wondering, how are those floats made?
You know, that is a great question, and I'm really curious too. I just happen to know that our anchor Justin Brummett has the scoop on that, and I know he learned about a technique called pumping, so I'm really curious.
Let's take a look.
So making the float is a really long process. We start out, UNT gives us like size restrictions, so we have to find a trailer and truck that are the right sizes. We have to build up the sides of the float, and then what takes the longest part is pumping the sides.
Popping is the process of taking small pieces of tissue paper, rolling them into balls, and gluing them onto an object. It looked like fun, so I decided to give it a try.
So, you roll it up into a little neat ball.
All right, give this a try. Is that good? Like that?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
And then you have to put it down and make it stick, and there's no space in between the little pumping. Just like that. Wow.
Look at that. That's pumping. It's amazing. I could do this all day or all night.
And all that popping is a pretty long process.
If y'all haven't been to the square, it is so cute. It has twinkle lights everywhere, such a romantic, cool little atmosphere. So boys, go ahead and take your girlfriends on a date here. I'm sure she'll appreciate that.
It's very cool. You know, there are so many talented students here at UNT, and you know, we're known for our music, and so we saw some great music here today.
We did. There were so many talented students. And as far as talented students, we've got the Mean Green Brigade, and you've said that plenty of times. It's your favorite. They have won the title known as the best damn band in the land.
It's just family. That's one thing that I love about it. I love when those huge impacts come and the band's playing full out, full volume, and it's you can feel it. You can feel it in your bones. It's awesome.
Well, you can't forget, this isn't the end. It's definitely going to continue later on today.
Absolutely. Like we said earlier, tailgating's going on right now. We have the game tonight. Homecoming is just getting started.
Well, it has been a fabulous day here on the square, and we are excited to feel the excitement here tonight.
For the football game, yes.
Absolutely.
And we want to wish all of the best to the Mean Green today.
Absolutely, and we want to thank y'all for joining in on this very special day for ntTV as well as UNT.
Yes, and for all of us here at North Texas Television, have a happy homecoming and go Mean Green.